Good morning, noodlers. Happy Friday, Freedom Friday on what is this? February 27th, 2015. Last hangout of February for the Sell-A-House Wholesale Real Estate Training. We are on number 86 today. What do we think of that? 86, getting close, getting up to that century mark. And here we are on Freedom Friday, and we've been covering the success plan. You could call it a business plan if you want to apply it to your business, but this is like a multifunctional plan. I like the idea of the success plan because it can be applied to business success or personal success, whichever you want, and or both. Good morning, John. What do you say to that?
I say good day, Paul, and I want to point out the fact that we are at the end of the month. This next hangout that we do here coming up on New Op Day is going to be the 2nd of March already, and I'm excited to announce that I will be celebrating my birthday next week. I have my kids, of course, so I'll be celebrating it with my kids, and I'll be baking my own cake with the children, but I am turning 37 on March 6th, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a Friday, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a Friday. So you know what? I determined last year, well, prior to my 36th birthday, I had gotten fed up. This was the summer of August 2013, and I was weighing in at about 215 pounds, where through my entire life I've always maintained between 178, 183. I was beginning to go through a separation with my ex-wife. She took actions that, quite frankly, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to be real with people, and I want people to understand this next concept that I'm going to get into, so I'm going to get a little bit personal. She took some actions which led to the destruction of the marriage, but, and this is going to sound funny, those actions she took were a result of my own fault. I can blame other people to a degree, but I can blame myself or realize how I played into it. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. I'm just laying some groundwork here for what we're going to get into today. And I had this realization in August of 2013 that although I have been a business owner for, at that point, almost 8 years, 9 years with a paint contracting business, I was engaged in a real estate business with Paul that was going up and down and really was stagnating. My personal life, my marriage was coming to an end. My relationship with my kids was good because I lived with them, but I really wasn't present in their lives. I was overweight, and I made a decision that I had been on a journey up until that point of becoming a better person and being better with my businesses, but I had a lot of issues, I would say, with my mental and physical health, and I was devoting all my mind power and energy into figuring out financial freedom, and I wasn't spending time working on who I was as a person. And this realization is basically what changed my life, and it's what I want to share with people on this hangout, because you know what? Why are you here? Why are you watch Paul and I every on Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Why are you on the Property Noodler team? Why are you stumbling upon this hangout to learn about wholesale real estate? It's because you want to change your financial life. You maybe want to secure a future for yourself. That's all well and good. But if you have a destructive personal life, if you're eating unhealthy, if you're overweight, if you're failing in your marriage, if you've got bad relationships, if you've got no sense of the spiritual nature to this universe, and you're not putting yourself in an attitude of gratitude and praying and looking for the good things that are out there, you're never going to be successful financially. And then if you do have financial success, what good is it if you don't feel good about yourself? And that's where this ultimate success plan comes out of. It comes out of, if you want to live a successful life, if you want to be successful financially, you've got to have all the areas of your life in check. Your health, mentally, physical, spiritually. You've got to have all those different areas of your life in balance. And that's where we've begun. I believe we begun last Friday, so this is now the fourth hangout we've done covering this success plan. And there's a reason for the success plan. Why? Why do you want financial freedom? Before you even start building this plan that we've been talking about the last several hangouts, I think you need to put together your why. Why are you doing this? What kind of person do you want to be? And that's where you begin laying out the groundwork for the success plan. So let's rewind back to why I brought up where I was at in August of 2013, being overweight, being in a marriage that was failing, not being present in my kid's life. It's because, quite frankly, I was a mental and physical, emotional, spiritual wreck. I was spending all my time focusing on building a real estate business and focusing on my financial life, and I let the ball drop in all other avenues. And guess what I wasn't getting? Financial success. And me and Paul had an amazing mastermind yesterday about the last 6 months of our business have been the most successful 6 months to date. And a lot had to do with the fact that we both embarked on a journey rather simultaneously to begin implementing strategies and daily action steps and habits that made us healthier physically, mentally, and spiritually. In the last month and a half, the business kind of slowed down and the universe threw us a couple curveballs, and we realized that we have ourselves to blame. You know, since I began putting together a vision plan in 2013 August and really concentrating and writing down goals, I weigh 180. I'm exercising, eating healthier, all those things. I've since separated from my wife, and I realized that it is actually one of the best things that ever happened to me. I didn't intend on ever breaking my commitment to this person because I'm someone that believes strongly in commitment. And I'm telling you, just to be honest with everybody, that it wasn't my decision. But the universe gave me the biggest gift of all, and that was causing another person to break the commitment so that I could be free. But hey, you know what? Things work out for a reason. You've got to have faith and believe in that. And I weigh probably 80 right now. I've been fluctuating between 180 and 183, but I feel better. And in 2013, I consciously said, by the time I turn 36, I want to feel better and be healthier than I ever was in my entire life. That was part of my vision plan. And guess what? I succeeded. I only succeeded because I had it written down and I set the intention and I made it happen. And now my intention was realizing that since I made all this progress, it's very easily to regress back to the person you once were. And I started slipping and starting regressing. Not quite back to where I was in 2013. Not even close to that, quite frankly. But
thank God.
Yeah, regressed back a little bit, took a step backwards. And now I've got to reposition myself and grow again, because by the time I turn 37, I want to be able to say I'm in a better place than I was at 36. And I think I'm going to be able to do that here next week, which I'm excited about. So again, this all leads to what me and Paul and I have been talking about the last couple hangouts, and that's about building your ultimate success plan and how important that is to your success on all levels, not just financial, because if you're only focused on the finances, you could be overweight, going through a miserable separation, not being present in your relationships with anybody. I'm going to toss it back to Paul to throw in a couple steps, and then I'd like to reiterate at the end of the week here where we've got to so far in the business plan.
I'd like to say, first of all, that had you regressed all the way back to that fat, lazy, hot mess of whatever you were back then that I'd have to be going on my separate ways here right now. Because there's no way at this point in my life especially that I can afford to go back that far. And that's one cool thing though, when you make these advancements and you start getting we were talking about what level of a person you are on our conversation yesterday, and when you grow from a level 1 person to a level 2 person, and from a 2 to a 3 and a 3 to a 4 and a 4 to a 5, and let's just say you're at a level 5 right now, even though you regress, you're not going to regress all the way back to a 1 or a 2. There's no, that's the beautiful thing about this, because you're now a totally different person. Okay, you're now a completely different. I mean, you can't even fathom going back to that first person that you were way back when. You look back at that right now and you go, "Oh my God, what a disgusting, fat, lazy, slob, worthless piece of poo I was." There's no way I could ever do that. Yes, you might regress. Yes, you might, slip back a notch or two or whatever it is, but there's no going back. Once you start on this journey and you're going forward and you're becoming a better and better person day by day and month by month and year by year, yeah, you're going to slip back from time to time, because the world's just going to knock you down, and that's just the way it is. And you just got to get it. Well, there isn't any, at a certain point, there is no more, you got to get up and do it. There's a certain point you reach that you just know, dang, got knocked down. Guess what? Got to get up, keep going, and you just do. There's no question about it. You just do it. But when you're first starting this thing out, you get knocked down. You're just like, oh man, I can't believe that happened to me. That's worthless. That ain't worth trying anymore. I'm done. Forget it. Where's my Cheetos? Turn on the TV. I mean that's what it. But once you get to a certain level, like I said, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to slip back. All these things are going to happen, but you're just never going to be able to go back to what you originally started from. I think it's mentally impossible for a human being to do that. I wanted to throw that out there. So where we talked about with this success plan, we talked about doing a 3 to 5 year vision. Take yourself from today, go 3 to 5 years in the future, place yourself in that spot and say, this is, March 1st, 2018. I, Paul Romero, am or have or am doing. Well, actually, you know what? That's what you want. That's how you want to build a success plan. What you have, what you have, what you are, and what you're doing. The type of person you are. What do you have? What's the type of person that you are, and what are you doing? Those are really the three things, the three general boom categories you want to focus on. This is me. This is me 3 years from now. I, Paul Romero. It is March 1st, 2018, and I have this, and this, and I am this type of person, and this is one of the things that I do regularly on a regular basis, because this is what my life is, and this is what I enjoy, and it makes me happy and healthy and holy, and this is these are the things that I do each and every day, boom, 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 and this is the thing that I'm doing with my life, and this is what I'm doing in my business, and that's where you want to be. That's how you want to write your 3 to 5 year plan down the road in the first person, as if you are standing there right now. It is real, and of course, it's believable. Now, if we did a 5 year, I suggested you might want to break that 5 year out into a 3 year, and then break that 3 year out into a 1 year. John and I, we just did a 3 year because, quite honestly, we've been working at this for some time, and where we are right now, a 3 year plan fits for our next level of advancement. Had this been 2 or 3 years ago, we'd be doing a 5 year plan, and then the 3 and then the 2. So from here right now, we're at the 3 year, and that's where we started. And then we broke it down to the 1 year. We sort of broke it down to the 90-day, and the next level is the 60-day. Yes, John?
Yeah, the 60-day.
So this is kind of how it looks. Now, what we talked about is, okay, here's your 3 year plan, right? You already figured out. You went ahead, you got out there 3 years, and you said, this is who I am 3 years from now. This is what I want in my life. This is what I'm going to be. This is who I am. This is what I have. This is what the things that I'm doing. And so you have that 3 year vision. There I am out there in the future. And we said to basically look at that and break that down. What are the elements of that 3 year plan? What are the elements in my business world? What are the elements in my financial world? What are the elements in my personal world? What are the elements in my physical, health world, all those things. Break out those elements, 6 or 7, however many elements. So that looks like your 3-year plan with your however many elements broken out. Then we decided, then we said, break down your 1-year plan next, and look at each one of these elements and break down those into however many pieces within that 1-year plan now. That, okay, out of this piece right here, what are the things that need to be happening 1 year from now, that are going to get me to that 3-year plan? So maybe there's 3, 4, 5 items per little category there that you're like, okay, well, you know what, if I'm going to get there, this has to be happening, I got to be doing this is the type of person I got to be, blah, blah, blah. So under each one of those, you have that for your 3-year plan. Then we talked about getting to the 90-day plan. And the 90-day plan, obviously, is the same thing, only intensified, because now you're taking each one of these sort of breakouts from your 1-year plan, and now you're really breaking it down into, okay, if I'm going to be here in 3 years, I have all these things, these categories here. Now I've got all these categories here, that this is where I'm going to be in 1 year, that all these things have to be happening to get me up there. Well, 90 days from now, all of this stuff right here needs to really be taking place. All these little pieces need to be in position for me to get to that in a year from now. And what we're going to take it to next, is on the 60-day. Now, pretty much the 90-day, we expanded from, okay, here's my plan, here's my 1 year in pieces, here's my 90-day in many pieces. Now it's time to start turning the vision building into the focusing. And here's where you're going to be looking at all of these little individual pieces going, okay, what do I really want the soonest, the fastest, what's the most important? You're going to start categorizing now and saying, okay, these are the areas where I really need to put the focus on first, and these are the areas that are going to be, that are going to come later, easier type of a situation. So this is where it's going to start focusing and narrowing down. One thing that I found, and before we move on into the 60 or the 30, the 60-day, John, obviously I think we'll throw a little bit out there about it, but what I found is that when I put my 3-year together, and boom, there it was, then I started working on the 1 year. I started seeing things within the 1 year that sort of developed in my mind going, well, wait a second, you know what? Yeah, I see this has to happen in a year. These things, actually in my 3-year now, I have to add, these are some things that I want to have up there. So it sort of helped me, defining my 1 year sort of helped me redefine my 3-year, and a lot of people might see that. So I'm kind of thinking that over this weekend, now that we've got this broken down into the 3-year, the 1 year, and the 90-day, really the building part of it, that maybe we give people an opportunity to go back over this weekend and say, okay, let me really evaluate this all the way down to my 90-day plan here, and maybe I need to completely rewrite my 3-year into what I really see now that I really want. And maybe there's some things now that I see in the 1 year that, okay, these need to be changed around a little bit, you know what I mean, and maybe hone this out a little bit cleaner before we continue on to the focusing phase. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%, Paul, and because I'm kind of the one that's presenting my own personal plan as the example and leading us, being the dominant one, leading us through the success plan, honestly, I agree with what Paul said 100%. And in fact, I was going to just reiterate for the exact reason Paul just mentioned, is because while we're teaching this, I'm actually redoing my own plan. And what Paul just said there is you start off with the 3-year and you do that vision. And then when you work down to the 1 year, you realize, well, a lot of the stuff that I'm imagining accomplishing in 3 years, it's very likely that I can accomplish it at 1 year. And if I'm going to do this year, I need to be here in 3 years because I'm going to be at a further along than I would have imagined. And your 3-year plan may be revised. And what I was actually going to do today was reshare the 3-year, how to put that together, quickly reshare my 1 year, how to put that together, and the 90-day. Because even as you break it down step by step, The 3-year gets revised after you do the 1 year, because now you've honed in and concentrated about what you're actually going to have to accomplish in a year, which kind of makes you reevaluate and update where you actually believe yourself to, where you can believe yourself to be in the 3-year. Now you've got a revised 3-year and you've got your 1 year. Then you're going to do your 90-day plan. What do I got to do over the next 90 days to ensure that I'm going to get to where I'm going to be in a year? That might actually do the same thing and make you revision where you can actually be in the 1 year. So after the 90-day plan gets built, you're going to then basically break down, okay, where do I see myself in 60 days to get me on my way to achieving the 90-day, which is getting me on my way to achieving the year, which is getting me on my way to achieve the 3-year. So with that being said, I'd like to just quickly run through what the 3, the 1, the 90-day looks like, and then just say, hey, I'll share my 60-day plan with you on Monday, but I want everybody that's watching these Hangouts to kind of reevaluate, take this information, put together these plans by Monday, and you might even come up with your 60-day on your own, but that's kind of where I envision taking it today. And Paul, let's see what the time.
Yeah,
I've got about four minutes before I have to kind of dip off this and get a few things in order because I'm leaving town for 2 days. So I'm going to start with my 3-year, 5-year success plan, which is, you know, like we said at the top of your paper, this is where I want to be in the year 2018. My name is John Leiser, and today is February 27th, 2015. In 3 years, I am earning $80,000 a month in gross income and living in a well-kept 4-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage with a pool. I am successful in Swiss Gold Global and have an automated real estate business and have sold my portion of the paint company for $500,000, no less. I'm a licensed Opus agent, and I've helped Earl sell 3 ideas through Jason Nast. I have overcome my ego to become a self-confident person, operating as a warrior for my higher self. So that's real short, real general, but some grandiose ideas. But here, where it gets a little bit more detailed, is where I go into the 1-year plan, which is in 1 year, I, John Leister, by January 2016, have $5,000 a month in passive income, and I'm earning $10,000 a month from my real estate investing business. I am financially free with nothing but positive energy. I have my finances under control, and I am driving a brand new full-size 4-door truck, SUV or pickup, not sure yet. I've got a lot of cars to test drive this year. I am eating healthy on a daily basis. I'm able to control my cravings for food and only eat junk food in moderation as a treat for accomplishments. You know, I throw that in there because I believe kind of everything should be done in moderation. You know what? I enjoy a Big Mac, and I know it's garbage. I don't eat them every day. But if I close a deal or I accomplish something, it's good to have a reward system for yourself. There's just another little tidbit. It's like, hey, you know what? What are things you really enjoy? And savor those things as a reward for accomplishing something. And then that actually creates your mind, in your mind, a habit of, okay, I can treat myself to something really good if I accomplish a big task or a big goal. Rather than just giving into your cravings constantly, allow yourself to give in once in a while, but only as a reward for accomplishing one of your big feats. That's just a little game I play with myself to kind of push myself to get out of my comfort zone, to go ahead and do things that are maybe a little bit scary for me, because I know, hey, I'm going to get a reward on the other side. Okay, I'm working out, exercising daily, and I have a personal trainer. I have met and created a relationship with an ideal girlfriend. I'm having sex 3 days a week. I am patient, loving, understanding, and have a great relationship, and I am present with my children. And I have an excellent rapport with my ex-wife. I feel good all the time because I'm able to stick to my vision plan for the year. I'm confident, and I'm meeting with great qualified prospects on a daily basis. I have raised $500,000 in investment dollars in order to do rehab projects with my real estate investing business, and I have helped multiply my real estate team to enter into at least one new market, and I have launched with Paul Romero, Achieve Inc., and our first educational product is on the market. And you know what? I realized too that there's more things I want to add to this. Every time I read it, I add more stuff. Because what's my net worth in a year? I want to define that. How much money do I want in the bank? How much do I want to have in assets? But let's get to the 90-day plan because I'm running out of time. And my name is John Leister. Today is February 27, 2015. And in 90 days, I watch less than 4 hours of television and movies per week. I am reading a minimum of 1 hour per day and journaling for at least 30 minutes per day and meditating for at least 30 minutes a day. I spend 20 minutes each morning exercising and 20 minutes each morning reciting positive affirmations. I'm going out and I am meeting new people daily, and I'm going out on a date at least one day per week. I am feeling strong and I am feeling confident. I am spending 8 to 10 hours, 6 days a week building my real estate business, and 1 to 2 hours per day, 7 days a week building my network marketing business. I am earning $10,000 per month from the real estate investment company. I am spending every other Saturday with my children and turning my phone off so that I can be present in their lives. I am taking off every other, oh, I already read that part about my kids. Okay, my relationship with my ex-wife is in a great place. I have finalized my divorce, and I am moving forward to completing my 1-year vision. So that's where I see myself in 90 days. And what I'm going to get into on Monday and share with you is what I need to do over the next 60 days to ensure that I'm at this point in the next 90 days. And just to give you a little teaser of what's to come is after we break down the 60 days, we're going to vision where we need to be in 30 days to reach that level that we want to be at in the 60 days. And then this is where it gets a lot of fun. After we create the 30-day vision, we start with day 1, which would be today, and we literally map out exactly what we're going to do each day for 30 consecutive days to attain the 30-day vision. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and it's going to change our lives, and we're going to learn and grow together. And with that, I'm going to toss it back to Paul to go ahead and close us out of here, and I'll see everybody back on New Op Day, where we'll continue with the ultimate success plan and vision, which I urge all of you to begin building because it will change your life, and I can attest to how it has. Listen back to what I said about where I was in August 2013, and look at me now. What's 180 pounds, happy, and feeling good.
Yep.
So there.
Right. Feeling good. There you go. That's the best part right there. Feeling good. Anyway, there it is. 3-year, 1 year, 90-day. Did you see how that built? He had this plan, and then it expanded, and then it expanded even more. And that's what I was talking about here. This is the building phase of your success plan. That 60-day, you're going to see just a real quick on the drawing here. You're going to see how on the 60-day you've got all these things, and you're going to go, wow, look at this. Okay, these are the really important pieces right here. And you go, oh, look at this. This whole little area right here that comes all the way out of this, here. This is like the main focus. Look at that. And these over here, not so much, but, I still want to be working in these areas. So that's kind of where the 60 days is going to go. You're going to see this thing start to taper down a little bit, and it's going to start getting exciting knowing where you really need to focus on. And here's one thing, you're going to be a little bit unbalanced. Now, we all want to live a balanced life. I understand that. But you know what? If you really want success, you have to pick out the areas where you really want success, and you got to narrow it down. You got to figure out, okay, you know what? If I get successful in this area first, that will help me get successful in these other areas secondarily. So you have to start out unbalanced. Maybe it's not your financial life that you want to get success at first. Maybe you want to become physically healthy first, and you really need to focus on getting your body in shape. So I mean, whatever it is, you're going to be a little bit unbalanced starting out because you got to put your focus on one thing. You can't be focused on 7 different things and expect to see serious results in any of them. So that's the whole idea of this, is to get it narrowed down to what do I really need to focus on? Where do I need to put my attentions to? And what are the, like I said, once we get to the 30-day and the everyday, what are the specific activities and thoughts and actions that need to be taken today to drive me towards that goal. That's it. So with that, everybody, we'll be back here on New Op Day to review real quickly the refined the refined processes here that we just talked about and move into the 60-day. So, oh universe, I ask not for more wisdom, nor more I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. I don't know why I can't do that twice in a row. All right, everybody. See you back.